And there he is. He hits his teammates with footballs and snowballs. I've seen him do it. He loves it. They love it. We love him. Josh Allen, welcome back to the basement. What's up, bud?
Hey, just hanging out. Just finished watching the World Cup game, USA. That was intense. Moving on. Go America.
All right, so Josh, you and I are talking right now. The game, I think the game ended like 90 seconds ago, 90 seconds before this conversation. Yeah. Take me through it, because I'm freaking out. I'm biting my nails. Tell me about the last few minutes for you sitting at home.
Yeah, I mean, again, my heart's pounding. You get the 9 extra minutes of extra time there. There's a bunch of injuries throughout the game, and it just seemed like America we couldn't get the ball back. So it was a lot of in our own zone, a lot of balls in the box. We pulled it out. That was tough. There's some questionable calls, and right. I don't watch soccer all that often, but that was intense. Yeah.
I think the announcers were on it. They said something like, everything's in play now. All that matters is winning, so you're going to see a lot of stuff go down in the last few minutes. Yep. And the players from Iran, they were trying. Like, there was definite flops. They were looking for penalties. And you're like, oh, my God, they're going to get a penalty, and they're going to get a kick, and they're going to tie the game. And then they didn't. You're not typically into soccer, but, like, are you way into this World Cup? Because I'm feeling it.
Absolutely. I got a lot of pride. I like, when the Olympics are on too, like, I think we should all as a country be rooting for our guys and gals. So, dude, I'm like legit shaking right now. I don't like watch sports that often and get that way. Like when I watched Tiger, when I watched Kobe, that's how I felt. Yeah. But watching the USA right now, I'm shaking for him. That was awesome.
It's nuts because I've seen you, like, you play professional sports, dude. Like, I've seen you on the field in huge moments, and you have a really calm face. But now, like, let's just be honest, like, you're shook right now. I can tell. We've talked every single week. You've never come off like this because you got the buzz going. How do you so calm on your field but so nervous watching them on theirs?
Well, again, I think the pressure, when we're in it is a privilege. And, I've been in so many different situations and types of games that I feel like there's not really a situation that I haven't been in. Now, every game's different. The flow of the game's a little different. But, I mean, that's what I do for a living. Like, that's my job. I practice for that reason. So when I'm out there, I feel like I can be calm and collected and understand what's going on. But when it's something I can't control, that's when, my nerves and start taking over.
Did you ever play soccer at any age, any level?
Yeah, as a little kid, like 6, 7, 8 years old. And and then like recess and stuff, we'd grab a ball and we'd go out there, but not super competitive with that.
Sky is nervous as hell too. I can tell Sky is shook. It's okay, girl. We won. We're advancing. Chill out. Everyone's fine. Sky's always part of the conversation. She can do whatever she wants. She gonna be okay?
She's gonna be great. She's got her little squeaker toy right now. I'm sure you can hear it going on. She wants to play fetch extremely badly. I just said that word and she's staring at me now. So after this, I'm gonna have to go outside.
Well, if you need to chuck it. Do whatever you need to do. Sky is always welcome to act as ever she wants. I wish we could talk the whole time about soccer, but you and I have not talked. You played a game 5 days ago. It's crazy to think on Thanksgiving. And they talked about this, dude. I'm going to test your modesty now because you're very modest about stuff. You are the king of Thanksgiving. You were the first quarterback to win on Thanksgiving Day in all 3 time slots. It's never been done before. How's it feel?
Wow. That's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty cool. That's all I got to say.
All right. That's what I figured you would say. Are you ready? You know what we got to do next year? You got to hit for the cycle because next year there's going to be a Black Friday game, and they're going to drop you in it. Are you ready to play Friday after Thanksgiving? How do you feel about that?
Is there actually going to be a Black Friday game?
Yeah, that's coming. I'm serious.
That's a real thing?
Yes, next year there'll be a Black Friday game.
I like playing on Thanksgiving, man. I mean, 3-0, our team plays pretty good. I do every once in a while see like the ratings, and I feel like I think we broke a record this year, like the most watched game in Thanksgiving history or something like that. So that's pretty cool.
The games are all good. They were great. But you're gonna. I have a feeling you're gonna be Friday next year, just because like Josh is broken Thursday. We have to play Friday. So let me ask you this: you win Thursday, you beat the Lions, you have not lost on Thanksgiving, you win in all 3 time slots. Do you get to have a Thanksgiving celebration? Like, how'd you spend the next day or so after that?
No, I mean, so typically teams would, but we're Thursday to Thursday. So it's typical game week for us. We didn't have much time off. This next week, we'll have a couple days off after the game. But because we play Thursday to Thursday, I've never been a part of anything like that. Like our Friday was a Monday, our Saturday was a Tuesday, got to have that day off. And but didn't really celebrate things like with a Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving. So, but we still had some buddies over, still hung out and had a good time.
Well, you know, today is a massive holiday as well. Today is the 29th birthday of Stephon Diggs. I know you're a gift giver.
That's right.
You like to gift gives. Do you give Steph anything, or do you have any plans to?
Yeah, we'll get him something. He's got a little party tonight, so I'll take him.
Oh, yeah?
I'll take him something nice. Yeah.
Okay. Like, how do you get a guy like him? I feel like he likes nice things. He's a very cool, clever guy. I've got to interview him a bunch of times. What type of thing do you get Stephon Diggs? Do you have any ideas?
I mean, what do you get the man that has everything? I don't know fashion. I can't get him anything fashion. He's got he's got everything. But I know there's some certain juices and beverages that he's a fan of. So I'll get him a nice bottle of some juice.
Ooh, some juice and some beverage. Everybody always likes that, especially here in the middle of the week. It's getting a little bit cold. Speaking of the two of you, just give me a little story time. You're so good at this. The Lions last week were just as tough as you thought they would be. Really tough, like there to play, leading late. You hit Steph with the throw to set up the game winner. To take me through that play and just everything that went in it, because it was glorious, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been it was on a short week. So I talked to Dorsey on Wednesday. I think we were just getting on the plane, and he comes up to me and says, "Hey, I'm also going to add this play in here if they give us this look." And it was the last play, and it was the exact same look that he had saw on tape. And he brought it up to me. He's like, "You cool with this?" I was like, "Absolutely." Didn't rep it in practice. Just kind of went out there, called a different formation than really what we don't typically run. And Steph just put a clinic on the route there, and again, got it protected and just try to give him a ball he can catch.
Is that the kind of play where you're pretty sure you're going to 14 on that one? Like, you know, you're going to see the whole field, but there's a high probability, given especially that situation, you're going to give it to your guy?
Yeah, I mean, given on that, like as soon as I saw the coverage after the snap, like he's my only throw here. So there's certain times where it's like, all right, I see post high outside, let me work outside. Like they went split safety, they played like a 55, which is our two man is what we call it. And yeah, Steph just again put a fantastic route on, and he made an unbelievable catch. He's getting hit with a hand right in his face as he's coming down, almost spins out of the dang thing, and then gets up and calls a timeout. Like, yeah, he's moving in slow mo. It was crazy.
So the week before, when you guys had beat Cleveland in the same stadium, you and I talked about the touchdown to Steph, and I said, where did that throw go on the 1 to 10 on the Josh Allen arm scale meter? And you said it came out pretty warm, an 8.5, even a 9. Moving forward to the Lions game, where was that throw on the Josh Allen arm scale 1 to 10? Was that the big dog? Like, where are we on that?
I mean, that was a 9.5. Yeah, I stepped into that one. I like the term. I put two cheeks into that one. So, yeah, I had to, though. I had to keep it low. I had to get it to him now. Again, you don't usually get to throw those, but it's nice when you can.
A double cheek throw in a play that you had never repped before, even in practice?
We hadn't repped it. Like, that's a play that we've had in, but we haven't called it. I don't know if we've called it all year or repped it all year this year, but we've had it in the past. Yeah, it's what happens when you have guys, though, that know what they're doing, care about their jobs, and just want to win football games.
Just awesome. And you did. And T-Bass comes in, nails the kick. There was a shot. You know, you mentioned how many people were watching that game, and you and Steph have a very powerful, emotional moment on the sideline, and you're hugging him and you're talking to him. It was really cool to see. What was that moment like for you?
I mean, it was really cool. Like Steph, he's like a brother to me. It was obviously Thanksgiving, so I wanted to give some thanks. He came up to me and, you know, just kind of got off to a slow start during that game. In the last few possessions, I was just like, I'm just going to trust him, and he just wanted to let me know he appreciated that, and he appreciated me and saying, the feeling was mutual, and it was a cool embrace.
It was. As a consumer of memes, did you get to see some of the memes of that moment?
Oh yeah, I saw a few of them. I like Big Cat's.
What do you have?
He switched Steph's name. He switched Steph's name and said Diggs on the back, obviously. And he put it to coffee. Big Cat's got a big coffee kick.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Big Cat.
Yeah,
my best friend.
Well, listen, I love Big Cat too, but I love some JA17 blend. That's my coffee.
Yeah.
That's all I drink in this house or any other house at Wegmans only. Josh, tell the people about it.
Yeah, again, I don't know when we're having them on, but let's buy your coffee, your sauces.
Yes.
Let's get you on the podcast with me and Kyle here. We can talk about various different things.
All kinds of things. You were talking about you as a pitchman. I understand today you had an appointment for Gillette. You got the Gillette commercials out, Josh. You got the Frito-Lay commercials out. You do a very nice job with them. Do you like that process? Is it fun? Is it challenging? What's it like to be in those commercials?
Yeah, I go back and forth. Some of those media days can be pretty long. Like when you're doing a commercial shoot, and something I never thought like I'd be a part of or be in.
I know.
There's a lot of downtime for a little bit of screen time, and I don't think people realize that. Like when I tell them some of the stuff that I do for those shoots, it's like, oh, they didn't just record you like walking in, and like I was like, no, I walked in 10 different times, and then I had to go switch and change clothes and do that another extra 5 times. Like there's so much that goes into it, and I've been fortunate to work with some really cool people. But yeah, those days can be long and hectic, but again, it's fun. It's something as a kid, like watching TV, like even now, like watching TV, I'm like, oh, that's me. That's pretty cool. And it's just like surreal. Like I don't really think twice about it, but it is different.
And you do a good job with it. And listen, I have a little experience. I want to give you a compliment. 20 years ago, I used to live in LA and I used to be an actor. And I would always go in as an audition for those Gillette commercials, like every couple of months. And they would always have to do the same stuff. You pretend that you were shaving, and then you do that shot where you're like, yeah, I'm satisfied with that smooth shave, and I'm a handsome man. And it's hard to do that, but you nail it. Did you have to do that a million times?
No, I mean, I did it one time. I shaved my face on screen. That one was completely real.
Great job. One take, Alan.
To sit there and look at yourself in the eye and like give like a wink or something on camera is not my forte. I'm sure some people enjoy doing that. It's tough for me.
I know. And you got a director pushing you to like wink and take a deep breath and be all contemplative and really get it. It's difficult, but you pull it off.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. This would be like if I was throwing footballs and you'd be like, yeah, you throw it okay. Is Sky need a snack or anything like that? We got to talk about the Pats first, and then we'll get you out of here and you can play catch. Everything all right with Sky?
Yeah. She's great. She is chomping at the bit to go play some fetch. She's good.
What's the toy she's got? What is it? What'd you get her?
It's this little purple squeaky toy. She's obsessed with it.
Oh, great. Just find what she likes. You keep getting it for her. Josh, it's Patriots week. Patriots week for you. Does it feel different from the other weeks throughout the schedule?
No, and I keep getting asked this question like it means more, yada yada yada. It's a game week for us. It's the same game that we've been playing this whole time. We're just trying to go 1-0. For the fans, it means more, absolutely, and I understand that. But we understand that it's a division game, and we got to win these. And every time we step on the field, we're trying to win a football game. We know it's going to be a hostile environment, in Foxborough. The way division games are tough to win. Doesn't matter who you're playing. So we got to put our best foot forward. We've had a good week of practice. Now it's all about going out there and executing.
I was doing the math. Belichick won his first Super Bowl when you were 5. What is your first memory growing up, as much as you love football, your first memory of seeing this Patriots coach with this hoodie on the sidelines? You remember?
I just remember like the interviews, the questions that he would get asked, and just the subtle like one word answers, like and then he still does it, and that's just kind of how he handles the media, and he does it in such like a unique way. And obviously, I had Coach Dable, who was with Belichick for a long time, with Coach there, and he just kind of told me the thought process of like what to talk about, how to talk about it, like always getting it back to the team, like giving away information without giving away information, kind of like the same, I wouldn't say rehearsed answers over and over again, but we're not trying to create any bulletin board material. Like that's the main thing. Like keep it about the team, and move on. And so that's kind of how I try to take it. I always give the cliche answers, but I do mean it. Like, again, we're trying to go 1-0 each and every week. And that's as big as we'll make each game.
Belichick is famously selective about giving out praise. He's effusive about you, man. He really, really likes your game and has amazing things to say about you. Do you have any stories or memories about interactions with him since you've come in the league and you play them twice a year, sometimes 3 times?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I've got so much admiration, respect for him and his Hall of Fame career, and like his resume speaks for itself. It really does. Probably the greatest coach to ever coach this game. And last year after the divisional game, he actually I had media to do after the game, so I'm always usually the last one to leave the locker room. And he actually came in and talked with me for a few minutes, which I thought was really, really admirable and cool for him to do. And I know he doesn't do that too often. So makes you feel good, makes you feel like you're doing something right. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for him.
And he does for you too. It's almost time to go play fetch, but we have to do our latest chapter of the Josh Allen Film Festival.
Yep.
Let's bring it up. Every single week, Josh loves movies. He watches a movie that came out before he was born. Everything from Shawshank to Groundhog Day, The Fugitive, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Princess Bride was his most controversial rating, but as I've said a million times, it's the Josh Allen Film Festival, not yours and not mine. Josh, this week you watched 1987's Major League. It sounds a little bit like this.
His first offering, just a bit outside. He tried
a bit outside.
All right. So what do you think, man? Major League, your first time ever seeing it.
I loved it. Again, it's a sports movie that's not about like the feel good political this that it was just. I mean, you got some bad dudes. You got Willie Mays Hayes, right?
Yep.
Right. Is that his name? Willie Mays Hayes. You got Wild Thing, Jake Taylor. Like again, just guys that like when you think of like bad boys of the time, like those are those guys. And the whole trying to sell the team and not having any fans. And this isn't based off a true story, though, is it?
No, there was never they never stripped the owner naked win by win. I wish they did, but that didn't happen. It's not. It's a made up thing.
Well, there's a lot of movies that say they're based on true stories, which there's another few bones, especially some of these sports movies, which I'm not going to bring up. I can name a few that I got some real problems with, but this one, I mean, it was awesome. I'm giving this an A. Like, just Charlie Sheen. He's like, I didn't realize how good of an actor he was until watching this. Like, I'd seen him in 2.5 Men. There's a couple other movies that I've seen him in. Like, this is kind of like his movie. Like, this is his like coming out party, if you will. And to play Wild Thing, and like that's still, and like that's a notable thing. Like everybody knows who Wild Thing is. Like even like as a young kid, I remember hearing the term Wild Thing. I didn't understand it till now, but it was awesome.
Yeah, and he's obviously, as we know, wild off the field as well. He straight up admitted that back in the day, he took steroids for 3 months just for that movie, like so he could throw harder. Just admitted it. That's like what you did in the 80s. And if you're feeling the Charlie Sheen vibe, you could go watch Wall Street. You could go watch Platoon. Like he was on fire back in the day. We'll talk the next time about which sports movie you want to call BS on and why it's Rudy. But I want to make sure we give you your assignment for the next one. Everybody calls BS on Rudy. All the NFL players are like, Rudy is so full of crap, right?
That one, and I got another one to my mind. It's gonna ruffle some feathers, so I'm gonna keep it to myself.
All right, we'll talk about that next time.
Okay.
Oh, really? All right. Listen, Josh, it's time to play fetch. But I realized in the film festival we have not watched the Schwarzenegger movie, and that's really important. He was massive in the 80s and the 90s. So we put up a poll to everybody, and we said, here's 4. Predator won over Commando Total Recall, which features a woman with 3 breasts, and The Terminator. Have you seen any of those? And most importantly, have you seen 1987's Predator?
I have not seen Predator, so I don't think I've seen
right.
any of these.
All right, so Predator won, and I did my homework already. There are several Family Guy jokes about Predator, including one where the Predator's heat vision sees Peter fart. So that might ding your radar a few times because I know that comes up. But that's Predator. Watch it whenever you get a chance. And, dude, you're the best. Everybody get J17 Blend at Wegmans, and good luck against the Patriots, man.
Thank you, Cal. Appreciate it.
Bye, Josh. Bye, Sky. See you guys.